Your name, your address, and your phone number are floating around the internet. Easy for strangers, scammers, and companies you've never heard of to find. Data brokers and shady databases collect and sell your private details to anyone willing to pay, putting you at risk of nonstop spam, scams, and fraud. You can't stop them from collecting data, but you can control who gets to keep it. That's why I use Incogni. They remove your private information from more than 420 of these sites automatically. And with their unlimited plan, you get total coverage. If you spot your personal details anywhere else online, just send them the link, and their privacy experts will get it taken down. It's the easiest, most complete way to protect yourself and personal life. Right now, you can lock in 60% off with my exclusive deal at privacykim.com. Go to privacykim.com right now and start protecting your privacy. This is so important. Privacykim.com. That's privacykim.com. Here's hour 2 of the Kim Komando Show. You're going to love it. You know, I've been thinking, even if I had this kind of money, I don't know if I would go spend it. I mean, $4 million. Let's say you were a billionaire.
Okay.
So $4 million is like chump change.
Sure.
$20. Would you want to own one of the largest Martian meteorites ever found on Earth?
I think meteorites are very cool.
It's 11 pounds.
That's awesome.
Really?
Yeah, I was actually shopping for rings lately, and I looked at one. It was made out of a meteorite. One of the largest meteorites ever to hit the planet Earth. And when you look at it, there's lines that go across it, up, down, left, or right. Mm-hmm. It takes 1 million years for one of those lines to be created. That's amazing.
Okay.
That's really cool.
That is. But $4 million?
You said I was a billionaire.
That's true.
I'll take that and I'll use it as a paperweight on my desk.
It traveled 140 million miles. Sotheby's is actually auctioning it off right now. It's one of more than 77,000 meteorites ever discovered, but only 400 have ever come from Mars. Little fun fact for you. It's basically Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson of the bunch.
Why?
That's it.
Why is it Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson?
Get it? The Rock, Mars. Work with me. Yes, thank you, Sandra.
We're going to have to delete that button on the machine. None of her jokes are worth that.
It is, after all, because it's the nation's largest show about all things digital. It's called the Kim Komando Show because, after all, I'm America's beloved digital goddess here with you once again. And joining me is my cohort in, I guess, I wouldn't say tech crime, but in tech goodness,
sure. Right?
Is Andrew Babinski, also the co-host of the morning show in Phoenix, Arizona on 99.9 KEZ FM.
Hi, Kim.
So did you buy...
You're the Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson of tech radio.
Yes, I love that.
Get it?
So did you buy the ring?
I was just shopping. I was online. I saw the ring. It was cool. It was interesting.
Are you buying it for somebody special?
No, it was a man's ring.
Oh, a man's ring.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought, see here, I'm thinking like instead of a diamond, you're getting her the meteorite to show that your love is so strong.
Our love took 1 million years to develop.
Exactly. Hey, you can find us on over 425 top stations across the United States. We're streaming in your favorite radio app, and you can also get the Kim Komando Show as a podcast. Just search for Commando with a K, of course. And we need a couple of good reviews.
Yeah, come on.
Just one?
We have the current podcast that has all these great reviews.
Yes.
The Kim Komando Show podcast needs them as well. It helps the algorithm.
So just wherever you get your podcast, just search for Kim Komando Show, and say some kind words. And we would really appreciate that. Alrighty, then every single day I dive into so many different places and sources, and I read white papers, and I talk to industry insiders and even my hacker friends, so that this way I know exactly what's happening in the tech world. And here are 5 things that you need to be aware of. And we're going to start with a story out of Richmond Heights, Ohio. I don't know if you heard about this, Andrew. But one night recently, a couple of brain trust ladies, they thought it would be so cute, so fabulous, to just hop on a police car and do some dirty dancing.
Oh, that sounds fun.
One hopped on the hood and just started twerking. Ooh, along with her friends. Yes.
Let me guess. Were they filming this to put it on social media?
Yes. It did cause some damage, some scratches and some dents in the police car as they were twerking. So you might be wondering, like, Why are we talking about this?
Why are we talking about this?
Because the police use some high-tech tools, one's called Clearview AI, to find out who the women were. And the software searched social media for their faces and other databases. And from there, they were able to confirm the women's identities, and now they're facing charges. Now, Clearview is an AI-based app. It can tell who anyone is with just a quick photo. It is 99% accurate.
Wow, that's pretty impressive.
It has scraped more than 3 billion faces from social media. So if you're sitting there and you're thinking it might be a good idea to twerk on a cop car.
And you know someone who's twerking on a cop car definitely is on social media.
That it's probably not a good idea.
People who live off the grid don't twerk on cop cars.
Okay. What happens? Okay, you see a cop car and you say to your friends, hey, wouldn't it be fun if we twerked on the hood?
I think I know why. Drugs and alcohol.
Yes, of course.
They were probably pretty drunk.
They had to be. Coming in at number 2 is really, it's a techie story, and it doesn't appeal to a lot of people, but in my geekness, I found it insanely interesting that there are new AI tools called Dala and Deep Dive that it can take any app from the App Store, suck in that app, and then spit out all the source code that it took to create that app in seconds.
Wow.
Okay. It's reverse engineering apps in seconds. So if you're sitting there and you're thinking like, oh, I'm going to use code camouflage, encryption, make sure that nobody can get into my proprietary code and secrets and things like that.
Well, that was the next question. Is this legal?
No.
Oh.
But it's happening. I mean, it's many years ago, I was an expert witness on a case, and I was hired by Apple Computer. And I'm sure I can talk about it now because it is far, far away from anybody's memories.
If she can't talk about it, thanks for joining the final episode of the Kim Commando Show.
And it was somebody had stolen some of Apple's code. And I was there to say whether or not they actually did it.
Okay.
And at that time, code was written line by line, line by line. And there was a routine. Computer code is written in programs, all if, then, or else statements. If this happens, then that, or else. I mean, it's that basic. And so I was on the stand, and the defense comes over to me, and they say, what does this code do? And I said, absolutely nothing. It's what we call dummy routines. It just goes out, makes a call, comes right back, and then makes another call and comes right back, but doesn't affect anything in the program, doesn't look at any of the data.
What's the point of something like that?
People put that in their code to see if somebody steals it.
Okay.
Because then they put the other guy on and they said, what does this do? And he said, oh, it does this, this, and this. And then I'm like, no, it doesn't. It doesn't do anything. And then, so that was like the deciding factor in the case, or one of the deciding factors. But now this is like a whole different ballgame. I mean, they're just taking all the code down, and then AI can analyze what all the routines do. So if you just developed the latest and greatest of whatever, and you have all this VC money wrapped into it, and time and effort and energy and employees and staff, somebody can just come in and just get the whole formula, tweak it a little bit, and then put it out.
Does that include like everything on the back end? Like, TikTok always claims their algorithm. That's the reason why we're so valuable, is the algorithm. Would that be built into the app?
Probably to a certain extent. Maybe not all of it.
Okay.
Because the app is just the foundation of it.
Right.
And the algorithm is out there in the cloud. But it has to make calls to the algorithm. It has to say, okay, this is what we're going to be looking at. But again, kind of geeky, but I thought it was super fascinating. Moving on to number 3, you want to check your Chrome extensions. 1.7 million installs these extensions are secretly tracking everything that you do and also rerouting your clicks. They've got names like free VPNs.
Oh, but a VPN is supposed to protect me.
But it's free. Okay. Color pickers.
What is that?
I don't know. It must be something to do with, graphics or something like that. Google's still cleaning up the mess, but there's still some out there. So check your browser like it's the bed sheets at a seedy motel. Samsung Galaxy came out with their new Fold 7. Have you seen that?
No.
Thinner than ever. You get an 8-inch inner screen, 6.5-inch outer, 200 megapixel main camera, 10 megapixel selfie. You get storage up to 1 terabyte. Chang, how much?
$1,700.
$2,000.
Ooh.
Yes, Sandra. And finally, this is really great if you're pregnant. Are you pregnant, Andrew?
I'm not.
Okay. A new AI-powered app lets you feel your unborn baby's heartbeat by translating ultrasound data into phone vibrations. It gives you skin-to-skin, low-latency, Bluetooth-enabled twists. It's $96 a year, and it's not FDA cleared, but it's pretty neat at womb temperature.
Oh, God. No, she did it. I thought she wasn't going to do it, and she did it. Can your phone do an ultrasound?
I don't know. The app says maybe it can.
Maybe it can.
But it's not FDA cleared, so maybe it can't.
Hey, it's a $96 roll of the dice.
Exactly. Are you into baseball?
No.
Why not?
It's boring. It's slow.
Yeah.
I can't do it. I used to love baseball when I was younger, but as I've gotten older, it's just so slow.
They have something called the ABS.
Okay.
The Automated Ball Strike System.
Correct. They used it for the first time during the All-Star game.
Well, now they're totally on board. The MLB says that there's no arguments, there's no guesswork, just cold robotic precision.
The ABS is used in the minor leagues. They've been testing it for years. But, the players' union, players have to agree before they bring it up to Major League Baseball. Also, umpires. I mean, are we going to need umpires if we have computers and AI calling all the balls and strikes?
But it's not just all AI. Some of the umps are wearing an earpiece.
Okay.
They get real-time calls from the system, and then it's up to them to decide
whether they're going to go along with the call or not.
Coming in at number 5, I do not have any tattoos.
No, neither do I.
Well, I guess we are in the rare case on that because a quarter of all Americans, 18 to 50, have at least one tattoo.
A quarter?
Yes.
Well, that's 75% don't then.
Yeah.
We're in the majority.
Well, I don't know. I think that's kind of low. I mean, look around. How many people have tattoos?
Yeah, that's true. Have you ever considered it?
No.
Never?
No. Not even when I'm on the beach and drunk. I mean, no.
No, you're too busy twerking on cop cars.
That's it. Well, the reason why I bring this up is that now we have a new AI tattoo machine.
Okay.
That's coming out. It applies tattoos more precisely. They say sharper lines, crisper artwork. Folks that have used it said it's less painful and it's actually faster. They have big plans. They say they're going to be putting them in upscale hair salons, so you can just get a tattoo with the machine.
Get a permanent tattoo?
Barbershops and high-end fashion stores. Nothing says tattoos like high-end fashion stores.
Sure. Go to Nordstrom, get a sale on some shoes, get a tattoo on your face. It'll be great.
I have a bad joke about a tattoo.
Every joke you've attempted so far has been a bad one, so I'm
I
not
don't
surprised.
think so. Okay, are you ready for it?
I'm ready.
Why did the bald guy get tattoos of rabbits on his head?
Something about a hair, so he'd have hair?
Because from a distance, they look like hairs.
It was a bad joke. You were right.
It was a bad joke. All right, coming up, I have a crazy story about Toy Story 2, some photo restoration AI tools. We're going to be talking about burner phones and juice jacking and more here on the Kim Komando Show.
If you own a home, listen up. This is scary. The FBI is warning about a crime on the rise, home title theft. And it doesn't happen the way you might think. No break-ins, no stolen keys, just a forged signature on a single piece of paper filed with the county. In minutes, criminals can transfer the title out of your name, then use your ownership to drain your equity or even sell your home. The worst part, most people don't know what's happening until they get collection or foreclosure notices in the mail. That's why I trust Home Title Lock. When you visit HometitleLock.com/Kim, you'll get a free title history report and a 14-day free trial of their $1 million triple lock protection, including 24/7 monitoring of your home's title, urgent alerts to changes, and if fraud does happen. Their U.S.-based restoration team will work to restore your title, covering costs up to $1 million. Don't wait. Protect your home and equity today. Get your free 14-day trial at HometitleLock.com/Kim. That's HometitleLock.com/Kim.
Hey, if you haven't already, make sure that you get the Kim Komando Show as a podcast. You're just going to love it. Wherever you get your podcasts, just search for Komando with a K. Hey, enter to win a brand new iPhone 16 Pro with a $999 value. No purchase required. Head to winfromkim.com right now. That's winfromkim.com.
All right, I just heard about this that happened with Toy Story 2. You remember that?
Yeah, of course.
Back in 1998, an employee accidentally deleted most of the movie from all the studio's computers.
How does this happen?
That's right. Buzz, Woody, and the whole gang, they just vanished. And then they pulled up the backup file, and it was corrupted.
So all of the footage went to infinity and beyond?
Correct. They were looking at, I don't know, how many millions of dollars of a disaster.
Did they have to reshoot everything?
Here was what happened. It was a bit of a miracle. A woman by the name of Galen Sussman, she was a tech director on the film. She just had a baby, and she was working from home. Okay. I mean, this is a big company, sure. Pixar, okay? She had a complete copy of the movie on her personal computer.
And she saved the film.
Yes. They raced over to her house. They recovered Toy Story 2, which went on to earn $500 million.
Well, if they would have had to reshoot a couple of things, they still would have cracked a profit.
But couldn't you? I mean, you never would have thought, I never would have thought like a company like Pixar.
No, neither would I.
Would be sitting there saying,
Didn't you mention last week at one point NASA recorded over the moon landing?
Yes.
And they had to go and ask the news stations for their coverage of it, so they had video of it?
Yeah, because they ran out of magnetic tape. So they said, oh, this isn't important.
Yeah, someone recorded an episode of Sally Jesse Raphael over the top of it.
And then they had to say, oh, wait a minute. And then that's where all the conspiracy theories came from.
Of course.
That maybe it was actually not the real moon landing. It was
Oprah.
Something that maybe didn't exist, right? So bottom line here is if you haven't made a backup lately, probably a good sign that you should.
Especially if you're making $1 billion film.
Super important. Hey, stay right where you are. We have more of the show coming up.
The family that vacations together stays together. At least that was the plan. Except now the Dastardly desk clerk is saying he can't confirm your connecting rooms.
Wait, what?
That's right, ma'am. You have rooms 201 and 709.
No, we cannot be 5 floors away from our kids.
The doors have double locks. They'll be fine.
When you want connecting rooms confirmed before you arrive, it matters where you stay.
Welcome to Hilton. I see your connecting rooms are already confirmed.
Hilton, for this day.
Hey, Grant just told me I look like Sabrina Carpenter.
Did he?
Yes.
Someone's angling for a raise.
And I thought, you know what, maybe I should be, because I start my vocal lessons in like 3 weeks.
Gosh. You're still trying to do this?
Yes, I am. I'm going to be a singer.
A pop star?
Well, I don't know if I want to be a pop star.
What genre?
Well, I have some ideas. I don't want to spoil it.
Okay.
But I'm looking at, my vocal coach said probably like some sultry, jazzy type thing.
Yes. When I look at you, the first thing I think is sultry.
Oh, come on.
Happy birthday, Mr. President.
Okay, not like that.
Oh, okay.
Okay. It's going to be my Christmas release.
We got to get a piano in here. You're going to lay out on the piano while you sing.
Oh, yes, that would be it. There are some new AI tools I want to talk about real quick, and then we're going to start over your phone calls. And they will fix damage in your photos in just seconds. We're talking about scratches, tears, water stains, you name it. They can sharpen blurry faces. A few MyHeritage Photo Repair. It's a great place to start. There's also Remini AI. If you want to have some sharper faces in some old pictures, you want to use that. And then there's also Vance AI Photo Restore. It removes like stains and facial damage, portraits, group shots. Really made for that. You're sitting there going like, oh, I need those links. Head over to commando.com and just type in AI photo tools, and it should pop up for you. Alrighty then, Alan in Knoxville, Tennessee. Alan, welcome to the show today. What's going on?
Hey, Kim. How are you?
I'm wonderful, as always.
Well, it's great to talk to you. I must tell you that you've been a huge part of our digital lives and really appreciate it. But what's going on, I have only really used AI to make emails better. It's been very useful. It makes me sound highly intelligent sometimes when I'm not really being that way. But what I wanted to ask is, what else can I do for AI to help me not only, well, I'm retired, but not only in a work situation, but if I want to do some extra work or in my private life, what are your recommendations on practical ways to do that?
Well, gosh, where do you start?
I know.
I use AI for just about everything. What are some things that you do like once a week, every day? I mean, because there are things that it can do, like anything from meal ideas to grocery lists. It could help you with a budget. It can, if you have, like, for example, 2 homeowners insurance policies, like I did recently, and one's X and the other one's Y, and you're like wondering, like, which one's better and how do they compare and how do they overlap? So you can give them both of those documents. See, the thing is that there isn't really one big comprehensive list as much as you think about, what am I spending time on that I could use an assistant with, and I can have that assistant available to me 24/7 whenever you want. And it's actually kind of weird, because I was driving yesterday and I have ChatGPT, the app, on my phone, and you can now talk to it and it talks back to you. And I was having a full conversation with this AI chatbot as I was driving down the street.
Did you fall in love? Please tell me you fell in love.
No, I didn't.
Oh,
if he has a better voice, like Sean Connery or something like that, but there's like, well, Kim, I'm happy to be here with you. So what is it that what is it, something that you don't like to do, you're not good at?
Well, I'm not good at budgets, as you said. That's a good recommendation. But I also like to think creatively. What can I do for my family to help me? Well, actually, with finances and things like that. Maybe to make some side money. Some creative ideas to do something along that line. Does that make sense?
Oh, for sure. I mean, it can do that too. You can say, these are things that I've done in the past. I'd like to make $1,000 a month or $500 a month, whatever it may be. I don't want to buy a piece of real estate and become a landlord and go on Vrbo or Airbnb. What are some ways that I could make some additional money? And you could also say, I'm trying to build a legacy for my kids and help me write my own story, if you wanted to do that. I mean, and you say, and you have to tell it, like, be a coach, be a planner, be a professional accountant, be a lawyer, whatever it may be, whatever you need. And then also along the way is that you tell it to remember things. Remember, I always like I told it this morning, remember, I always like lists. If I ask you a question, I don't want to have 10 paragraphs to read. I just want a list of bulleted things that I can work off of. So, Andrew, what do you think?
Well, anytime I need advice on something where I'm having an internal debate, I'm not saying that the chatbot or AI is going to give you the answer, but it's going to help weigh in. You may look at it a different way. Like, we just bought a car for Lisa, and ChatGPT did all of the work, all the number crunching, all of the safety.
What do you mean? What do you mean all the work? Tell us what you did.
So we put in there, first of all, we started with, because she's a Toyota. She's a loyal Toyota owner. And so she was set on, I'm getting the new Toyota. We went and test drove it. It's a 4-cylinder. It's like driving a kid's bike. And so she's like, now I'm at square one, because I thought I was decided. So we asked ChatGPT to compare safety, mileage, how much the cost of the car to repair and maintain over the next decade is going to be. She puts like 38,000 miles a year on a car.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a ton. That's what she does for a living. And so that we put all that information into ChatGPT. And once we had narrowed it down to a couple of vehicles, we then told along the process, we kept ChatGPT updated and involved. We went and drove this one. We really like this. We really like that. And so when it came to decision time, again, not that ChatGPT is being the final decision, but you had a third party, another person that's chiming in on the conversation.
Not a person.
Yes, not a person. You're right. A toaster. And then once we decided on the car, ChatGPT crunched all the numbers when it came to financing and when it came to put how much of a down payment to put down. What if we, do this extra or do that extra? What if we want a warranty? It does all the math in a second. And now with car negotiations, you're text messaging most of the time with these sellers.
Yeah.
And so ChatGPT could write the text messages. A lot of people don't like to say no Well, ChatGPT will say no for you, and you just copy and paste. I think it's amazing where anything I need advice on, like we're thinking about doing a remodel on a wall to hang a TV and built a shelf. Took a picture of the wall, asked ChatGPT, what would it look like if there was a TV and a shelf on there? 10 seconds later, you have that.
And here's another use. I've talked about it here on the show, Alan. Carrie, dear friend of ours, works around the building here, and he comes in and goes, hey, you know what? I'm sorry I'm late. And he said, there's something leaking under my truck. Maddie here takes her ChatGPT camera over and takes a few pictures and says, tell us what's wrong with Carrie's truck. And Carrie's from West Texas. He don't believe in any of this stuff. Okay. And Chat comes back and says, looks like there's radio condensation. And Carrie's like, there ain't no condensation on that there radiator. And sure enough, guess what it was? He had a little hole in the radiator. About 2 days later, he comes in with his head hanging. like sorry, kids.
That devil box was right. I would say,
you guys help me with one other problem? I live in a divided household. My wife is an Apple user, and I'm an Android user.
Oh, divorce.
Get any fix for that?
Yeah, just get a divorce.
There you go. Okay.
I'll do that. I'm surprised we actually even put you on the air.
That's true.
I mean, I'm you know what? I'm just going to put you on hold. Forget it. I mean, that's just it. We talk about ChatGPT, but there's others. There's Copilot. There's Gemini. There's Perplexity. A lot of people love Perplexity. Some people like Claude. Some people like Gemini. I hate Gemini. Some people like Copilot. I hate Copilot. Siri is just the worst. Don't even bother.
Here's your first task for AI. Go to AI and ask them to make you an argument of why you should convince your wife to change operating systems on the phone.
That's genius.
I know.
That's great. I know. Yeah. That's why you're on this show.
From a woman's perspective, I think that's the most moronic thing that you could ever say. Okay. Because
I think we're outnumbered here.
Okay. I'm just saying, because she's happy. She loves her Apple products. Okay.
She does.
Okay. Happy wife, happy life.
Well, ChatGPT may tell him, go switch operating systems and make her happy.
Well, you don't need Chat to tell him that. We're going to tell him right that. Alan, go get an iPhone. Be happy. Be nice. No, really, seriously. And I just, whatever, we always, as I mention ChatGPT, but there are just a slew of others, right? And so you have to really decide which one that you like. Just try them all. They're free. And then you'll probably just actually zero in on one. I got a letter in our listener mail, Andrew, about how do I set up something for sale on Facebook Marketplace, and they want my phone number, but I don't want my cell phone number on the internet forever.
Okay, that's easy.
Get a burner phone.
Exactly.
Google Voice?
Google Voice. That's the easiest one. You're already going to have a Gmail account. Just do me one favor. Don't sync it to your phone, because if that Google Voice number gets on the internet, you're going to get spam calls every 2 seconds for the rest of your life.
Well, but you can always turn it off.
But it's just nonstop.
Did that happen to you?
It did. And it was 3 straight days of, 4 calls an hour.
Okay, so because I have my Google Voice on my phone, I never get that.
Oh, sorry. Well, I'm not the digital goddess.
But it is super handy. You can have calls forwarded. The voicemails are transcribed, and it's free. So there are things that you can pay like Burner and Hushed, but I don't really think you need that. Just go ahead and get a Google Voice number. All right, coming right back, we're going to just blow through a ton of phone calls, so you want to stay right where you are. We're also going to talk about juice jacking. Yes, it's a big deal here on the Kim Komando Show.
Wish you could become a morning person? You know the type, up before the sun, early morning runs, first one to the office with donuts and a smile. How do they do it? Easy. With the new Galaxy Watch 8, sleep tracking and personalized insights from Samsung Health help you improve so you can wake up to a whole new you. One who, dare I say it, skips the snooze? It's possible. Train your sleep with Galaxy Watch 8. Learn more at Samsung.com. Requires compatible Samsung Galaxy phone, Samsung Health app, and Samsung account.
Oh, Andrew, look what we have. Anthony in Boston, Massachusetts. Hi there, Anthony.
Hi, Kim. How are you?
I'm great. Great. All I see is you want to know if you're being scammed. Tell us what's going on.
Yeah, so I met this girl from Thailand online on one of those Tinder accounts, and so we started getting along, and we were chatting and everything, and she said, "Hey, how about we go over to a different app that's easier to use?" And it was called WhatsApp.
Mm-hmm.
And so, so she got me off the Tinder app and got me onto the WhatsApp, which I had never used before that point in time. And so it was pretty easy to chat. It was just like messaging, like iMessage, basically the same thing. And so, but anyway, so I got to know her a little bit, and then she suggested that I might want to try what she does all the time, is this investing in this short-term gold options, which is some sort of, I'm not sure how it works, actually. That's kind of why I'm confused. But anyways, you go on. I put what I started out with, crypto coin. I had a couple $1,000s in crypto coin, and she said, well, put this into crypto on-chain. And she took me through it step by step. Every time I clicked on something, I would take a screenshot and send it to her. And so then she would say, well, okay, so then I'll click on this, and so on and so forth. We went through that, and I got all that done. And then there was an additional step, was to go into another sort of application called CME,
mm-hmm.
which you had to prove that it was you and everything. You had to.
Let me ask you some questions.
Yeah.
How much have you invested so far?
So I've only invested the original 2,000 that I put in, but she suggested recently that I should really up the amount because I was only making a small amount off that. She said the more you put into it, the more you're going to gain.
And so how much does she want?
She wants $60,000.
So she wants she's going to take you from 2,000 to 60,000.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm really glad that you called.
Mm-hmm.
Because you are getting scammed.
I thought so.
Okay. There's no doubt in my. Do you have any doubt, Andrew?
No. I mean, the minute he said WhatsApp, I knew he was getting scammed.
And
can I ask you a quick question? At any point, have you attempted to withdraw your 2,000?
Yeah, actually, I did. I withdrew the 2,000 and I put it in my bank account, and that worked fine.
Okay.
And then, and then she said, "Well, put it back in, and we're going to try this again." And we did it again. So every time that I've done it with her, there's about 6 times I have made small amounts of money off of it.
Yeah, but are you getting the returns out or just your original 2,000?
Yeah, I got the returns as well. Put them in my bank, like I said. And then
what kind of returns did you get on the 2,000?
Oh, just I think it might have been $50.
Okay. See, here's what they're setting you up. Okay.
Yeah.
It's called pig butchering. And so what they do is they make everything look really good, really good, really good. And then they go for the greed. That's why they're going from 2,000 and they're going to $60,000 so that this way you trust them. I mean, you're wondering right now if you should give her the $60,000. And we're saying absolutely not. You need to disconnect this WhatsApp account. Don't get on Tinder. Don't leave Tinder and go to WhatsApp. Don't give anybody money. Everything, all these things that you're saying of you making money, the exception of the $50 that they're giving you. Because remember, they're setting you up for $60,000. Okay. It's all a simulation.
You're also not talking to a woman. You're most likely talking to either a chatbot or some dude sitting in a basement.
Exactly. And if you have any concerns, wondering if this woman from Thailand is going to be your new lover and you're going to head off into the sunset, ask her for a photo and then do a reverse image search over at Google Images or at PimEyes, either place. But you are most definitely getting scammed, Anthony. I'm sorry to tell you that. All right, still to come, I got to tell you about juice jacking here on the Kim Komando Show. All right, juice jacking, not new, but it's making a comeback. That's where hackers can rig those public USB ports to see your data and install malware the second that you plug in at an airport or any place else. So you can carry a USB data blocker, or better yet, just carry a portable power bank. That's the bottom line. Hey, don't forget to enter to win that brand new iPhone 16 Pro, a $999 value. Do it now while you're thinking about it. Winfromkim.com. That was the end of hour 2. Don't worry. There's another hour coming up.